True strength is not about making noise or drawing attention to oneself. It is far more subtle and profound than that. Strength is found in the calm beneath the storm. The quiet holds everything together. When you see someone who constantly shouts, brags, or makes a spectacle of their power, you rarely witness true strength. Often that noise is a mask for uncertainty or weakness. Real power does not need to announce itself loudly because it carries a quiet confidence that is unmistakable and unshakable. Imagine water flowing smoothly in a river. It doesn't need to roar or scream to show its force. It simply moves with purpose and direction. It carves paths through rock, not by shouting, but by persistence and calm strength. This is the nature of true power. It is steady, focused, and silent. When you develop this kind of strength, you don't feel the need to prove anything to anyone. Your presence alone commands respect, not because you demand it, but because you embody it. In battle, whether physical or metaphorical, the calm beneath the surface is what keeps you balanced and in control. Noise is often reactionary. It comes from a place of impulse or emotion. When you allow yourself to be calm, you gain control over your reactions and over the situation itself. This control becomes a weapon far sharper than any sword or shout. The quieter you are inside, the more precise and deliberate your actions become. This precision is what wins battles, not the loud declarations or aggressive posturing. When the mind is quiet, you see clearly. You perceive your environment with greater awareness and understand the intentions of those around you. This heightened perception allows you to respond with wisdom rather than haste. The ability to wait patiently, to move only when the moment is right, is a hallmark of real strength. You learn that strength is not about overpowering your opponent by force alone, but about mastering yourself so thoroughly that your actions flow effortlessly and effectively. This calm strength also gives you resilience. Storms will come, challenges will arise, but if your strength is built on a foundation of silence and calm, you will weather anything without breaking. The noise of the world can be deafening, but the silent strength within you remains steady, unshaken by the chaos around you. Remember, the greatest victories are often the ones achieved without fanfare, the battles won in quiet confidence and steady resolve. True power is found in the calm beneath the storm, silent, strong, and unstoppable. When you choose to remain silent, you open yourself to a world of observation that is often lost in the noise of words. Silence is not emptiness, it is fullness, a space where you can truly see, hear, and understand what others cannot. In the quiet, your senses sharpen. You begin to notice details, subtle shifts in energy, and intentions hidden beneath the surface. This heightened awareness gives you a tremendous advantage, especially in moments of conflict or challenge. When others are busy speaking, reacting, or trying to control the situation with their voices, you are quietly gathering insight, preparing yourself to act with precision. There is a profound power in listening, not just to others, but to yourself. When you quiet the mind and step back from the urge to respond immediately, you create a space where clarity emerges. You start to recognize patterns and motivations that were invisible before. You learn that reacting impulsively often leads to mistakes, but responding with intention creates opportunities. This kind of clarity is the foundation of true strength because it allows you to act with purpose rather than emotion. Think about the moments when you felt overwhelmed by noise, opinions, or pressure to speak. Often, in those moments, the best course is not to add to the noise but to step back and observe. By doing so, you gain a clearer picture of what is happening. You see not only what is said, but what is left unsaid. You understand the dynamics at play and can anticipate what might come next. This quiet power turns you into a strategist, someone who can navigate complex situations without being pulled off course by distractions. Silence also protects your energy. Every word spoken carries weight and consequences. When you speak less, you conserve your energy for when it matters most. You avoid unnecessary conflicts and reduce the chance of exposing your thoughts and intentions prematurely. In this way, silence becomes a shield as well as a sword. It guards your true power and keeps your plans safe until you choose to reveal them. There is a saying that the wise man speaks because he has something to say, while the fool speaks because he has to say something. When you cultivate the discipline of silence, you embody wisdom. You speak only when your words carry meaning and weight. This discipline elevates your presence and commands respect without demanding it. When silence becomes your habit, it strengthens your mind and spirit. You grow patient, understanding that sometimes the greatest victory lies in waiting. You learn to trust in your inner strength and the right timing. In battles of any kind, whether with others or within yourself, the ability to observe deeply and respond with clarity is a power that cannot be matched. So remember this: silence is not absence. It is presence. It is the space where your greatest insights are born, where you gain clarity that outshines noise, and where true power quietly takes root. When you master silence, you master the art of winning without saying a word. Words are powerful, but too often they become distractions, noise that clouds our focus and dilutes our energy. In many battles, the loudest voice is not the strongest. True power is not found in endless talking or boasting. It lives in action, in what you do rather than what you say. When you speak less and do more, you let your results become the true measure of your strength. Your actions speak louder than any words ever could. Think about the times you've encountered people who talk a great deal about what they will do but never follow through. Their words create expectations, but their lack of action breeds disappointment. On the other hand, those who quietly focus on their goals, working steadily and consistently, build a reputation that commands respect without ever needing to shout. This contrast reveals a profound truth. Talk is cheap, but results are priceless. When you spend less time speaking and more time acting, you conserve your energy for what really matters. Words can scatter your focus, inviting criticism, debate, or doubt. But action is deliberate. It is concentrated power moving in one direction. Each step you take toward your goal builds momentum and confidence. Your silence becomes a space where your determination grows stronger, your skills sharpen, and your vision clarifies. Moreover, when you don't feel compelled to explain or justify yourself constantly, you maintain control over your narrative. Too often, speaking prematurely reveals your intentions to others who may try to block your path. By staying silent, you protect your strategy, moving like water, unseen but unstoppable. This subtlety unsettles those who rely on noise and bluster, because they cannot predict what you will do next. There is also a deep wisdom in the timing of speech. Speaking at the wrong moment can weaken your position or dilute your impact. But when your words come after meaningful action, they carry weight and influence. They reinforce your presence rather than distract from it. This balance between silence and speech is the hallmark of mastery, knowing when to act, when to speak, and when to remain quiet. Remember, speaking less does not mean you are powerless or passive. Quite the opposite. It means you are confident enough in your strength to let your deeds shine. You are not seeking validation from others through empty words, but building real power through focused effort. Your silence is a sign of self-mastery, a declaration that your worth is proven in what you accomplish, not in what you promise. So embrace the power of action over words. Speak less, move more, and let the world witness your strength through your achievements. In this quiet discipline lies the true essence of power. Effortless, undeniable, and lasting. There is a profound advantage that comes with silence. It creates mystery and unpredictability. When you are quiet, you do not reveal your thoughts, your plans, or your emotions to others. This makes you like a deep river, calm on the surface, but powerful and unfathomable beneath. People are often unsettled by what they cannot see or understand. They try to anticipate your moves, but without words or noise to guide them, they are left guessing. This uncertainty works in your favor, giving you a strategic edge in any encounter. When others expect noise and chaos, your quiet presence can be disarming. They prepare for confrontation fueled by bluster and bravado, but instead they meet calm and composure. This contrast can break their rhythm and confidence, making them more vulnerable. Silence becomes a tool that shifts the energy of the room, placing you in control without force or aggression. It is a subtle power that few understand, but many fear. The unpredictability born from silence is not about being secretive for its own sake. It is about mastering the art of restraint and timing. You withhold your response not because you are hiding weakness, but because you are choosing the moment that serves you best. This control over your presence and timing makes your actions more impactful. When you do speak or move, it carries weight because it is unexpected and deliberate. There is a lesson here that extends beyond battles or confrontations. In life, many rush to show their hand too early, revealing their intentions or emotions before the right moment arrives. This haste often leads to missed opportunities or unnecessary conflict. But when you cultivate silence, you learn patience. You wait, observing the landscape carefully, allowing situations to unfold naturally. You stay hidden in plain sight, moving like a shadow, ready to act only when the moment is right. This kind of quiet power also builds respect. People sense when someone is not desperate for approval or attention. They recognize strength in those who do not need to prove themselves constantly. Silence becomes a language of confidence and self-assurance. It tells others that you trust yourself enough to wait, to watch, and to act with precision. Moreover, silence sharpens your mind. Without the distraction of constant talking, your thoughts become clearer. You can think several steps ahead, anticipate challenges, and prepare solutions. This mental clarity reinforces your unpredictability, as you are not reactive but proactive, always one step ahead. So embrace silence as a powerful force. Let it cloak your intentions and make you unpredictable. Let it unsettle those who rely on noise and certainty. In the stillness, you find strength, control, and the freedom to act with purpose. The quietest presence often carries the greatest power, the power to win battles without a single word spoken. True power begins within. It starts not with outward force, but with inner peace. When your mind is calm, your energy flows freely and without resistance. This calmness is the foundation for all strength, for without it, power becomes chaotic and wasted. A quiet mind is like still water. It reflects clearly, moves smoothly, and carries great force beneath its surface. When you cultivate inner peace, you unlock a wellspring of power that is effortless and natural. The world often mistakes loudness for strength, but true strength is gentle and composed. It is not about pushing harder or fighting louder. It is about flowing with grace and control. When you develop a quiet mind, you can harness energy without struggle. You do not fight against obstacles with brute force, but adapt and move around them with ease. This is the essence of power without effort. Effortlessness born from deep calm. A calm mind also sharpens your focus. When you are distracted or agitated, your energy scatters in many directions. But when you are centered and peaceful, your energy converges. You become fully present, attentive, and capable of acting with precision. This concentration multiplies your effectiveness. It allows you to conserve your strength and apply it exactly where it is needed, at exactly the right moment. Moreover, a quiet mind frees you from being controlled by fear, anger, or anxiety. These emotions are noisy and disruptive. They cloud judgment and drain energy. Inner peace dissolves these disturbances, giving you clarity and confidence. When you are calm, you do not react impulsively. Instead, you respond wisely. You become like a calm sea, unmoved by passing storms, yet capable of great power beneath the surface. This calmness also creates resilience. Life will throw challenges your way, unexpected storms that threaten to unbalance you. But when your strength comes from inner peace, you remain steady. You bend but do not break. You absorb the shocks and continue moving forward. This resilience is what allows you to endure and succeed where others falter. Developing this calm strength requires practice and discipline. It is not something that happens overnight. It means learning to quiet the mind through awareness, meditation, or simply pausing in moments of chaos. It means choosing peace over agitation, patience over impatience, but the rewards are profound. When you cultivate inner peace, you unlock a power that is unshakable and enduring. Remember, true power is not about fighting harder or louder. It is about flowing like water, calm, clear, and unstoppable. Your strength lies in the quietness of your mind, the steady flow of your energy, and the effortless force that comes from peace within. Master this, and you master power itself. Patience is often overlooked in a world that values speed and immediate results, yet it is one of the most powerful virtues you can develop, especially in the midst of battle or struggle. Silence cultivates patience because when you choose not to react immediately, you give yourself the space to see the bigger picture. You allow situations to unfold naturally rather than forcing outcomes through haste or aggression. This patience is not passive waiting. It is active strength, knowing when to move and when to hold back. In battle, rushing in without thought is a common mistake. Impatience clouds judgment and leads to wasted energy and missed opportunities. But those who are patient wait for the perfect moment. They observe carefully, study their opponent, and learn the rhythm of the fight. This understanding allows them to strike not just with force, but with precision and timing. The quiet strength of patience means you do not exhaust yourself by chasing every opening. Instead, you conserve your energy for the moment that will bring victory. Patience also builds resilience. Not every challenge is won quickly or easily. Sometimes the battle is long, and the path forward is slow. When you are patient, you are able to endure hardship without breaking. You adapt to changing circumstances and keep your focus steady, even when progress seems invisible. This steady perseverance is a silent power that often outlasts the flashiest bursts of effort. It is the slow, consistent movement that eventually wears down obstacles. When you develop patience through silence, you also gain control over your emotions. Impatience is often fueled by frustration or anger, noises that disturb the calm of your mind. Silence helps you listen to these feelings without being controlled by them. You learn to wait calmly, trusting that the right moment will come. This emotional control makes you stronger because you are not reacting to every provocation or distraction. Instead, you choose your response wisely. This quiet patience also gives you clarity. When you are not hurried, your mind remains clear and focused. You see things as they truly are, without distortion from anxiety or desperation. This clarity guides your decisions and actions, making them more effective. You become like a river flowing steadily around stones and obstacles, never rushing but always moving forward. Patience is the art of timing, and timing is the essence of victory. The right action at the wrong time can fail, while the right action at the right time is unstoppable. Silence teaches you to wait for that moment, to hold your power quietly until it is time to release it fully. This restraint is not weakness, it is strength refined through discipline. So understand this. Battles are not always won in the heat of the moment. They are often won by those who wait, who watch, and who move only when the time is right. Patience is a silent force, steady and enduring, that carries you through any challenge to triumph. Mastery begins with mastery of oneself. When you control your emotions, your thoughts, and your reactions, you step into a natural state of silence that is powerful beyond measure. This silence is not empty or passive. It is the language of mastery. It speaks volumes without a single word, because it shows that you are in command of yourself and your surroundings. When you master yourself, silence becomes your natural state, and with it comes an unstoppable power. Think about the times when emotions run high: anger, fear, frustration. These feelings are loud and chaotic, clouding your judgment and scattering your energy. When you have not yet mastered yourself, you may react impulsively, saying or doing things you later regret. But when you cultivate mastery over your mind and heart, you hold that storm inside with calm strength. You do not allow external events or internal turmoil to dictate your actions. Instead, you respond with measured intention, grounded in self-awareness and control. This self-mastery transforms silence from mere absence of sound into a powerful presence. It is a presence that others notice immediately, even if they cannot explain why. People sense when someone is in full control of themselves, and this commands respect without the need for words or displays. It is a quiet authority that disarms and influences simply by existing. Mastery of oneself also means being in tune with your inner rhythms and energies. You understand when to act and when to hold back, not because of external pressure, but because of an inner knowing. This connection to your deeper self creates a flow where actions arise naturally and effortlessly. Silence here is not a void, but a wellspring of potential energy, ready to be unleashed with precision and power. Furthermore, when you master yourself, you become less reactive to the opinions and judgments of others. You no longer seek approval or validation through noise or boasting. Instead, your confidence grows from within. You speak less because you do not need to prove your worth. Your silence is a shield that protects your inner strength and your true intentions. Self-mastery is not something that happens overnight. It is a journey that requires discipline, reflection, and patience. It means facing your fears, acknowledging your weaknesses, and transforming them through awareness and practice. But the reward is immense. A silent power that moves through the world with grace and authority, unshaken by chaos or conflict. In this silence, you find freedom. The freedom to act without hesitation, to remain calm in the face of adversity, and to influence without force. This is the power of mastery, quiet, steady, and unstoppable. When you master yourself, silence is no longer empty. It is the voice of your greatest strength. Silence can be both a shield and a sword, protecting what you hold inside and cutting through obstacles with precision. When you guard your thoughts and intentions with quiet strength, you prevent others from seeing your weaknesses or anticipating your moves. This protection is essential because revealing too much too soon can give your opponents an advantage. Silence allows you to hold your power close, letting it grow unseen until you choose the right moment to unleash it. At the same time, silence can be your sharpest weapon. It cuts through confusion and distraction, allowing you to strike with clarity and focus. When others are caught up in noise, you move with intention and precision. Your actions carry the weight of purpose, and your silence amplifies their impact. This combination of protection and offense is the essence of quiet power. It is subtle yet devastating. Using silence as a shield means knowing when to withhold your thoughts and feelings. It means resisting the urge to explain, defend, or justify yourself unnecessarily. In many situations, speaking out can expose your vulnerabilities or create conflict where none need exist. By remaining silent, you maintain control over your narrative and protect your inner strength. This restraint is not weakness. It is a conscious choice to preserve your energy and focus for what truly matters. On the offensive side, silence sharpens your ability to observe and assess. It allows you to gather information without giving away your position. When you finally act, your moves are calculated and powerful because they are informed by patience and awareness. Silence creates the space for strategy, turning every action into a deliberate step toward victory. There is also a psychological power in silence. It can unsettle those who expect noise and confrontation. When others meet calm and quiet resistance, they may become frustrated or uncertain. This uncertainty can weaken their resolve and open the door for you to take control. Silence confuses and disarms, making your presence more commanding and your actions more effective. Beyond external battles, silence serves as a sword and shield in your inner world as well. It protects you from the chaos of your own mind and the distractions of the world. It allows you to cut through doubts, fears, and negative thoughts, focusing instead on your purpose and goals. This inner silence strengthens your resilience and sharpens your will. Mastering the balance of silence as both shield and sword requires awareness and discipline. It means knowing when to retreat into quietude and when to strike with force. It means understanding that sometimes the greatest power is revealed not in loud declarations, but in the quiet confidence of measured action. So embrace silence not just as the absence of sound, but as a dynamic force. Let it protect your intentions and sharpen your actions. Let it be the quiet strength that guards your inner power and the precise weapon that leads you to victory. In the stillness, you find the greatest power of all, the power to win battles without a single word spoken.